You could puncture the hull of an Empire-class Fire Nation battleship, leaving thousands to drown at sea.
Hello hunks, and welcome back to another homunculoid review. Today we are looking at the Avatar The Last Airbender Final Battle 4-pack. This is from the 5-inch line, and as you can see we have Aang, Ozai, Zuko, and Azula in this. Super excited to get this open, so let's do it. So here are the figures, and let's pop them out of the tray. And now that you guys just experienced whatever the opposite of ASMR is, let's get into looking at the figures as a whole, starting with Aang. One thing I was really surprised by first opening this up is seeing the scar from Azula hitting him with lightning on his back. I thought that was a really cool detail. His arrows are all white. He's in the Avatar state. He doesn't have that blue glow around him that one Aang from Wave 2 has. And he has the short pants. And man, this guy looks cool. He's got one hand's got a fist, and the other is more open. That's great for putting him in that kind of classic floating pose that we see him in the Avatar state. Of course you can do better than this, but I'm just messing around. Let's look at his articulation proper now. He has a ball joint head, can go all the way around. Has a tiny amount of tilt, but it's there. His elbows go up to around 90 degrees, and all the joints have these little bumps on them that help him stay in place. Figure feels really clicky, which isn't a bad thing. He has swivel at the waist. And he has, his hips can go out this far past the full split. That's pretty sweet. And he can go forward and back. He has no peg holes in his feet, and he doesn't have any ankle articulation either. And this is the first time seeing this. This is actually a really good detail. This is where the lightning grounded him. It went through his body and onto his foot here, which is a really great detail that honestly I forgot was in the show, and I would never have expected them to do this. That's really great. And finally, the knee, not quite 90, not too bad. I think this is my favorite Aang that McFarlane Toys has made so far. The expression on the face is nice. The first one was kind of wonky with this big goofy smile. The biggest issue with Aang figures in the past is he's hard to stand, and the lack of ankle does not help that. Let's see how well this guy stands. Yeah, these guys are a bit tricky to find the right center of balance to get them right. He doesn't seem as wobbly as the first Aang, and I'm sure if I fiddle around with him more, he would be able to stand up. I'm probably gonna have him in a flight stand though, so I guess that's not too big of an issue for me. And in the promo images, he comes with a fire effect. Now the package came with 2 fire effects. They're a little bit different. Yeah, these aren't the same ones. I expected them to be the same ones, but one's a more yellowy transparent and one's more opaque orange. I'm not sure which one is intended for him. Of course it doesn't really matter. I'll show you with both of them on. They kind of go around his fist. Here, let me try this one. It's a somewhat flexible plastic, so I'm trying to get his fist through the hole here, but it's kind of tricky. Maybe we'll try the other hand. Oh, yeah, that works a lot better. You can kind of fit in his hand here, have him fire bending. That's a pretty cool effect. Yeah, I like that. It would have been cool if he came with some other effects, maybe a water effect, a airbending effect, and an earthbending effect, since he's kind of utilizing all that he's learned in this battle. Alright. Now let's move on to the big bad of the series, Firelord Ozai. This guy, he looks pretty menacing. His face in the promo images, I thought it looked a little off, but having him in person, he does look really sweet. Now, I haven't messed around with him like I did the Aang, so the joints are super tight. Most of these figures come out super tight. Wow. I'm almost afraid I'm gonna break his knee off. Wow. Might have to do the old hot water heat trick, loosen up the plastic. But yeah, this is his final battle look. He's not in his robes. He's ready to fight. Yeah, this guy's pretty cool too. You can see he's got like the painted bands on his arms there, which is nice to see. Same with here, because Toph, I don't know, I think it was all Toph's, didn't show up. They didn't have the bands, their cuffs painted gold, or her little rivets painted gold on her torso. So it's good to see that these are actually painted. It's got some swooshy hair, giving him a dynamic feel. This isn't his standing in the background with a whole bunch of fire behind him. This is him in the action. So let's just try him with this. He has two fists, and the Aang was pretty tough to get posed up with this, so I guess I can maybe loop this around. And yeah, that works. I guess, oh, well, I guess it's a little precarious. This might not be the intended way to do this, but I'm not really sure what other way there is. But yeah, once you get it in there, pretty cool. Yeah, just a little fiddly. Gonna have to really be patient with this guy. Now, like Aang, he's got ball at the head, got a little bit of tilt. He gets all the way around. Not really any up at all, which isn't surprising with all this back here. Not allowed down, not surprising with all this right here. Swivel at the waist, goes up to 90 degrees. He's got those clicky limbs like Aang. His arms go past 90 and of course all the way around. Now you saw that he had those super tight knees. Goes up, kind of, I think that's 45, kind of, what far did Aang get? Kind of the same, which is surprising considering these super baggy pants. And yeah, this guy has way easier time standing than Aang. So, feet are a little bit bigger, so that might have something to do with it. No pec hose again, no ankle, which is probably the biggest complaint about this line is the no ankle, because it makes these figures pretty hard to stand. I didn't mention the legs have the hips swivel a little bit, pretty decent amount. Get up this far, not really any back, and he can do the splits. All right. I guess we'll go with the Book 3 Zuko, the long hair. And this is one I've been really excited about. super pumped. Since when this got revealed, this was one of my favorite bits about this set. I wasn't expecting to get him so soon. It seemed like they were kind of going linearly, book 1, book 2, and eventually going to get around to book 3, but obviously this is book 3. Yeah. This guy looks great. He's got all the bunching around it in the cloth. Not much crazy texture, which, yeah, we'll see some more texture on the next person, Azula, spoiler. And yeah, this guy looks pretty sweet. The only complaint I have is that the yellow here is more of a yellowy orange, and on his sash here and right here, it's more of a straight yellow, so these don't really match. He's got his sheath on him that comes on him in the package with the blue spirit. You had to put it on yourself. No ankle, no peg holes. Really wish that would get changed. He stands pretty easily. And man, these spikes, this spiky hair, they'll poke your fingers. Alright, let's look at the articulation. Kinda gotta loosen up a little bit. Not really much tilt at all. Man, I'm getting really stabbed here. Not really any up or down. All the way around. Man, this guy's sharp. Watch out for him. Arms go all the way around. The shape of his tunic makes him go out. Can't really go up. It's a rigid plastic. Ooh. Having a little trouble here. Arms go up to around 90 degrees, maybe a little lower, but around there. There is a swivel at the waist. Comes with one fist and one grabby hand. That's, of course, for his sword. And I haven't tried out his legs yet. I think these are the same legs as Ozai. And maybe they'll be as tight as Ozai too. Yeah, that's surprising if they are the same legs, because it looks like he gets a bit more. It's not much more, but it is a little bit more, so maybe they are different legs, or maybe this guy is just a little tight. Huh. Really clicky. Yeah, he's still got that same hip swivel. Now, let's take a look at his sword. Now, he doesn't come with any fire effects, but of course you could use either of these two for him. But the one specifically in his little bubble was the sword. Now, it is one whole sword, and they show it split into two, and on the blue spirit figure, it actually did come in 2 pieces, which is strange that it's not in 2 pieces. Here you can see the seam line of where the two was split apart. It goes in his, you can put in a sheath back here. That fits in really nice. Yeah, they did the thing where, like, kind of hard to see, but you can, but the sword, the sheath isn't all the way filled in. There's a blank spot here that you can see the sword through. It's kind of one of my biggest pet peeves that McFarlane does. Yeah, there he is with it in. Pull it out. See how easy or hard it is to get in the hand. Yeah, this hand's not very flexible. Here, I'm gonna get a little behind the camera action going on here. And here he is with it in his hand. It's nice and secure in there, not gonna fall out or anything. Super cool. Yeah. Just watch out for this guy's hair. He'll mess you up. Anyway, let's get on to what I was most excited for in this 4-pack. Azula. Yeah, looking at the look of this, captures her look perfectly. Got that smirk that says, "I'm better than everyone." got her armor on. It's got a bit of a rougher texture. Matches the one that the Book 1 Zuko came with. Yeah, this is really cool. It's got the little flame details, the little regal details. All the yellow here is painted. A little red trim and the bits right here, which is good. Again, I go back to that Toph. It's a really cool figure, but it would have been nice if you didn't have to paint the little details yourself. And she's got the little ponytail with the royal thingamabob. I think that's the technical term for it. And yeah, let's look at her articulation. I guess first I should point out her hand comes in this pointed position, which would be good for, she doesn't come with lightning, but this would be good for giving her the appearance of lightning bending. You could, I don't have Iroh with me, but he does come with that lightning effect. I'm sure you could finagle this on there, even though her arms are thinner, so it might not be perfect. And the other hand is more relaxed. Alright, now to the articulation. Little tiny bit of swivel all the way around. Not really any up or down. What's there is super slight. And the arms, like the rest of the figures, get to about 90. Swivel at the waist. A little bit of rotation here. Knees go kind of 45 degrees-ish, kind of the same as the others. I didn't mention, but all the others do have the swivel at the knee and the elbow. No peg holes, no ankle. Stands up pretty easily. I don't know what it is about the Aangs and not being able to stand up. Maybe it's his big melon head. Sorry, Aang. And she comes with this cool blue fire accessory. Of course, this is kind of her thing. I can't recall. I don't even think Ozai uses blue flames. I feel like Azula's the only one that does. And that probably wraps around the easiest of all the flame effects that came with this pack. Super nice. Yeah, I think this one definitely the easiest to get on. It's not falling off or anything. So yeah, this is kind of a standout in the effect not falling off department, I guess. Anyway, let's get all these guys back together so we can see them side by side. Brother, sister. Father. And breaking up the family tree is Aang. Let's see if I can get him to stand. Yeah, it's always the Aangs that are hardest to stand. Well, I guess he lost the battle. So, I do have some comparisons here. These figures are in a 5-inch scale. These are the only figures I have in a 5-inch scale, so I do have right here the World of Nintendo Penguin Mario, which is in a 4-inch scale, so you can see what they look like here. Kind of don't really go together, obviously, but if you want to see how they'll look like on your shelf together, there you are. And then first, I have some 6-inch figures. Here is a Marvel Legends Frogman, way bigger than these guys, and a Jackson from the Black series. Yeah, these guys kind of tower over them. And I feel like the height variance works for the most part. The Aangs in this line seem to be a bit too tall, but this is an older Aang, so I can see him having a growth spurt. Of course, Ozai, I think he was a bit taller in the show, but I see why they made him the size he did. And Zuko and Azula, I don't know, don't have a mind's eye picture of what their height should be. My gut tells me that Zuko should be a little bit taller than Azula, but if that is the case, it really doesn't bother me. So, yeah, that is the Amazon Final Battle 4-pack. The price for this was $34.99, which is a great price considering that these single release figures are $10 each. So you're pretty much getting one of these figures for $5 off, which I don't mean to point fingers, but that's probably the Aang. We've had a lot of Aang in this line, which of course I get. He is the main character after all. So yeah, this line is really a favorite of mine. Even this, oh look, got him to stand. Even despite the limited articulation and the kind of frustrating effects. I don't know, frustrating, yeah, I haven't had enough time to get frustrated with them, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, pretty great figures. Definitely could use some ankle, at the very least some peg holes in the bottom to make them easier to pose. But yeah, these are great representations of the characters. They look like right out of the cartoon. Maybe even a little more detailed with these textures here that are awesome. And yeah, I think the greatest example of how this line excels above other lines, I'm thinking of the Best Action in particular with their Book 3 Zuko. This guy just looks way better. He looks like he's from the show. He's scaled right. Might not have the articulation, but he definitely has the look down. Yeah. So, tell me what you guys think. You gonna pick this up? Because I definitely don't have any regrets here. Great value, great figures. Really gonna bulk up my shelf with all these Avatar characters here. Yeah. Well, hope you guys have a good one. Have fun playing. And I'll see you guys next time. Probably whenever McFarlane releases another one of these figures. Because I love them. Alright? See you later. Bye. For real this time.